Hey guys, Jay here, Opkee Investors, Opkee of other people's knowledge, expertise, and efforts. And today we're going to talk about our research, and it's very high level research into the Nurp bot. I think it's called the Fed bot. Is it a yes or no? Well, number one, most people know how we feel as a group about a $20,000 robot, and as far as our research shows, it is a $20,000 robot. I think it may even be a suite of four robots. But let me show you what we found and what our decision was as a group, whether we were going to move forward or not. So is it a yes or is it a no? As you guys already know, that we're not financial advisors. This is not financial advice, and we're only doing our first stage of research into the Nurp robot. And as you can see here, this is our process. Anytime there's a robot, a trader signals an algo presented to us, this is the first thing that we do. We're always looking for real-time results. How does this thing work? My FX book is a good place. MQ L5 is a good place. Any investor password, and even talking to people who have had any sort of experiences with the vendor. So let's see what we found out. Here's the website. Nice, clean website, of course. Unleash the power of algorithmic trading strategies. Of course, here are a lot of claims right here. Not bad at all. Average growth almost 6% a month. They started February 23 on this one. Total gain 122%. Not bad at all. The thing when I'm looking at websites like this, the biggest problem that I have is you have all these stats, these four, but I think it's more important to understand what was the drawdown on your way to that 122. And when you're talking to novices, when you're talking to rookies or people that have absolutely no experience in this, it's easy for you to pull them in and just say, come on, dude, if you have $50,000, you just connected to this robot and it's going to be smooth sailing up here. What people don't understand, at least newbies, they don't understand this little blue line. This blue line. If you're putting $50,000 into an account and you see this robot and it's eating up $25,000 of your profit, that's when you start getting scared. Hopefully they have an educational program behind it, but no one is prepared unless you've done it before. What a $50,000 account looks like when it's $25,000 drawdown. In other words, you get to witness that and you're going to start panicking. I've been trading for 10 years and I panic when it comes to crap like that. So that's my fear, that it doesn't show what a drawdown is here. And I'm thinking that all of my other people who have lost any money in programs like this, they understand that as well. Let's take a look at it. All that looks good. Great marketers, That's a red flag for me. You shouldn't be a bad marketer, but uh, I don't really like lying through admission. But this could be right on point. Let's just keep going. Okay, so this is one of their MyFX books. I'm assuming, anyone can fake this, but based on some of my research, I think this is one of the owners or at least employees or someone affiliated with it. Here's the Fed bot, and this is they have real money in Blaze Market. At least that's what it shows here. And over 400% gain. Loving that. Let's look at this. Now, on the journey to this, they've had a drawdown of 42%. Now, just to put that in simple terms for people that don't know, that simply means that they were minus. If you had $100,000 account, $42,000, it would have a drawdown of $42,000. So that means what? $78,000. You can see it go down. I'm sorry, 68. No, not even 68. $58,000. You can actually see your account go down to $58,000 before it recovers back up to make you all of this money. So that's more of a psychological thing, and that's one of the advantages of of robot trading or EA trading is you really don't have to worry about those decisions except for setting your stop loss and your risk parameters. So here we go. $100,000 profit. That's nice in a couple of years, in less than a couple of years. Okay. Nope. A little bit over a couple of years. Their deposit was 24. And here we go, guys. Now, this is something that rookies don't understand. This is where it says the balance is 480 some odd percent. But right here, if they closed all of their trades, they would be up 281%. Still good either way, but you've just got to understand that they called this a black swan event. I really don't think it was. Their risk parameters are really not going to be known to the rookies. And this can be scary. So if anyone would have put their $50,000 or $40,000 right here, if they just came in, boom, they would have eaten up or blown most of their account. So this equity curve looks good. The balance curves look good, but this was a problem right here. And we need to figure out what happened there. Now look at this. And that's the one thing that people need to understand. A robot can go for years. Look at this, 2% on the first month. Look at this, 27% all the way down to 8%, no losing months. And then even no losing months here. But see, this doesn't include what they call open trades. These are all on closed trades. So look at this, they hadn't had a losing month. So that's really, really cool, but they need to tell you, you can come in at their losing time and it will blow everything up. Let's take a look at what people are saying. All right, they gave us this trust pilot that we should check out, so we're going to check it out. We're going straight to the 1 star. It's crazy to do otherwise. And that's exactly what has happened, man. I mean, you had some people come in with their money, and now this is when the shit hits the fan, right? They're talking about the strategies and things. I think yeah, I'll put this down for y'all's reference. Now remember, they say that they've paid up to $20,000 for this particular robot. So that's not even including what they have put into the system itself. And I don't know if all these are real or not. My bot went live July 15th. As of August 4th, I lost my entire investment of $50,000. And I'm assuming on top of that, they paid $20,000 for the robot. Yikes. Seems like it's across the board. I've requested a full refund, but that's a refund of their 20,000. They can't get a refund of the 50,000. Wow. Like I say, guys, I wouldn't do anything that I can't test. I've already shown you what, not just mine, but our group, what we go through. We're not in a hurry to jump into anything without proof that it's going to work long term. Do not trust this. See, again, I think these are just rookie mistakes. I don't think that these guys are scammers at all. Sales reps will show you their amazing track record, of course, based on but yet at the same time, those settings will not, in my experience, these settings will not work forever. So you've got to put some sort of equity stop loss, just saying that, yeah, I will lose 30% of my account. I will lose 50% of my account. I will give it that much breathing room. So that's pretty scary there. All right. So, and I'm assuming that Steve is a real person because they actually replied back. And they said their account protective tool allows you to set up stop losses. Of course, but if they're rookies, they're not going to know to do that because they hadn't lost enough. But man, this is a hell of a lesson to learn. Cost you your life savings. I don't know if this person is real or not because I don't see anything as far as a reply. Do not pay buy from this company. I left a 5-star. Okay. See, and this is it, man. This thing can be tracking right along perfectly. And he said, I left a 5-star review previously, but after this past week's events, and what week was that date of experience? July 25th. The Fed bot failure and losing all my money as everyone else except for Jeff. And I think this was Jeff. Yep, that's Jeff right there. So Jeff, let's see, it's 25th. Yeah, no, he was in there. I don't see him trading anymore. But yeah, except for Jeff. As did everyone else until you do not. And hit right here. And this is the MyFX book account that I went to. The rest of us were told it was a black swan event and everyone lost except that wasn't true. Yeah, well, there's a lot of volatility, but the thing is, I don't think that they had an acceptable equity stop loss in it. They just thought that they were going to get those type of numbers all the way. But in one day with Forex, man, you can lose all of your money if you're not planning for it and have the right risk parameter set up. Give me back my money. They lost 440,000. That's still pretty hard for me to believe. But if they said they did, they did. But I don't know who in the hell would send $440,000 over there. I hope they get their money back. But damn. Wow. Worst decision of my life. Okay, they're replying. So let's see what they did. I lost everything. See, I feel for that because once you see those numbers, you think they're gonna last forever. Especially again, guys, um if you're not experienced with this. And what I mean by experience, you don't have to be the world's greatest trader, but you have to just lose enough on a small level to understand that nothing will last forever with this. I trusted their software, yeah, and put in more than I should. I lost my inheritance and retirement. I feel so stupid. Please be careful. Man, I feel for you, Brian. Wow. And I was upset when I lost. And this was early on without all these things that we have to test it with. But I think the most that I've lost, and this was like 20 years ago, was like 10 grand, you know. But I get it. I need my money returned. Wow. They're going through billing. When was this? 3 days ago. Company did not mention the foreign broker. And this is a good foreign broker so far for me. But at the same time, guys, it's not like I would trust them with my life savings. I wouldn't trust Bank of America with my life savings. Oh, I called the company to cancel. Took 2 months. Wow, I'm still missing 6K. Wow. Okay, one more. Let's see. They lost over 100,000. Okay, here it is, guys. This is where I got the pricing. So if I got that wrong, let me know. But they said I lost 20,000 in purchasing the white label off the shelf bot called Fed plus 80,000 in. So that was 100 grand. Damn. Wow. Okay. Now we're gonna keep going. The service was almost 20 grand and another 500 a month. And I was assigned a relationship manager. All right, guys, that's a lot to take in. That is a lot to take in. Damn, Ian, sorry about that. But okay, so what happens when you don't really have a point of reference to go from? What do you do? Okay, this is what they were showing, and again, guys, that is fantastic. No matter how you cut it, but this is almost inevitable for any kind of robot that you're using. And you've got to go in and tweak the settings and at least give it an opportunity to recover some of the losses. It doesn't seem like that was going to happen, especially people who got in right here at this date. So you get in at this date, right before all of that volatility, you're going to lose. And that's what happened, it seems to me, unless you guys see it differently. So what are some of the alternatives and what do we do? And I think that we've talked about that. We test the hell out of things, but we want to make sure that the money management always has a stop loss. If we're using a robot, we want to make sure that it has a stop loss and also has equity protection in there. I can get a third party one for equity protection. We're using the same brokers because you've got to use these type of brokers, right? So they won't work on the U.S. brokers. That's all there is to it. So they need to tell you that. That's why we as a team, as a group, we just say, hey man, you can lose all your money, dude. Now, it hasn't happened that way. All of it has been really, really bad strategies so far. It hadn't been because the broker ran off with my money. I hadn't had one broker run off with my money, so pretty fortunate there. All right, here we go. I'm going to share with you guys, what do you do instead? You just find your own robot. This is a robot that was a $2,000 robot, right? What we did as a group, we all went in and we're trade copying it. And that's what we do with the Opkee investors, our very, very VIP group. So I wanted to compare it. I wanted to compare it to um, like the ATNs and I think there's several more now. ATNs, you have the Nurp, you have several of them. I just want to know, okay, if I back test this thing, would I get similar type of results? So this is pretty good. I only had a drawdown of 31%, but we only made, and I put whatever they put in there, $50,000. I put $50,000 in December 27th. And as of today, it gave us a little bit over 100% gain, which is cool. It's not 400% gain, but, uh, we only had a drawdown of 31%. Somewhere during this, it was down $25,000, which is fine. And that's less than 35% because we had a drop dead stop loss on this at 35% stop loss. It didn't hit that 35% stop loss, so it did hit 31% stop loss. All right. So as you can see, here's the deposit, 50,000 and $51,000 gross profit, so a little bit over 100,000. Okay, so that's what we do is we test these things all day long with different settings depending on what the market conditions are. And right now we have three different ones that we're using, three different robots that we're using, three robots and one trader, managed trader. And all these robots are managed robot with different people managing each one of these robots. And what I mean by managing, sometimes you turn it on, you turn it off. But the big thing about management is what are going through the set file. So for us, it is a resounding no. We're just going to keep doing our own thing. If you want to find out what we're doing, there should be a link down there, guys, for very compared to $20,000, you may be able to get similar results for a hell of a lot less if you're willing to take 100% responsibility for setting up your own accounts, learning how to set up the robots, and following some sort of system for checking on it. The big difference I see between that is they're claiming the robot is doing all the work, but guys, you've got to take responsibility for your own results, period. Go out there and make some real money.